So today we will discuss about the loops in C programming. In C programming, there are the three types of loop. First one is the for loop, next one is the while loop, and third one is the do while loop. Loops are used in C programming to execute a block of code multiple times. So we are coming to the first one, that is for loop. A for loop is used when the number of iteration is known. So what is the syntax of for loop? For initialization, condition, increment slash decrement, and next the code to execute option. So coming to the first example, int main for I equals to 1, I less than 5, I plus plus. That is what we are going to print here. Printf iteration %d \n I, we are returning 0. So what will be the output? The output will be first iteration 1, coming to next time iteration 2, for the next iteration 3, again iteration 4, and last one, that is iteration 5. For that is the loop will execute 5 times. The initialization point is 1 and it will run up to 5. So this is how the for loop execute. Coming to the next option, while loop. A while loop executes a block of code as long as the condition remains true. How we can write the syntax of it? While condition code to execute. This is the syntax of while loop. Coming to the next part, that is example. In case of while loop, we can write like this. So while I less than 5, print option iteration, and next we are incrementing the value I by 1 and we are returning 0. So how the output will look like? Iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, iteration 4, and iteration 5. Coming to next part, do while loop. A do while loop is similar to while loop but guarantees that the block of code execute at least once, even if the condition is false. Syntax: do code to execute while condition. Example: includes tdi.h int main first block do printf iteration %d +1 plus I plus plus. While I less than 5, the block will execute the first time even if the condition become false. So currently the condition is true, so the block of code execute like this: iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, iteration 4, and iteration 5. What are the differences? For loop, inside loop header. For loop, initialization were inside loop header. While loop, before loop. Next is do while loop, before loop. Condition check before execution, after execution. No if the condition is false, no if the condition is false. Yes, always execute at least once. When to use which loop? Use for loop, you know the exact number of iteration. Use while loop when the number of iteration is unknown. Use do while loop when to execute the loop to execute at least once regardless of the condition.